Right, a different video this time on the channel. We're not doing a review. We are looking at models that should be discounted and should come back. So what we are looking at here are model. Now, to note, I haven't got the new tools Bachmann 08 yet. It's because the prices are extortionate. We're coming to that later on. I also have here the new tools Bachmann Class 66, the Bachmann Class 170, and the Bachmann Class 220/221. Seeing pattern here? Well, Hornby also make this, and the Curoscale also make this one as well. These class of diesel. Hornby also make this one, but a Curoscale for now is a new one. And this is still delayed, and that we've not seen out in ages. Just so I'm categorising into two models that should be heavily discounted and which ones should come back. So let's go through who and why they need to come back into the range or they need to be discounted. Culprit number one is the Bachmann Class 08 Shunter, and this one I picked up for £75 at JDM Models. And while it is a really lovely model, the tooling actually dates back just over 25 years ago now, to 2001, 2002, when Bachmann first announced this one. And Jenny Kirk actually said, I think on the old tooling, that it actually fell apart. It was actually falling apart because of its age. And no wonder. Some of it don't match up. But we do have sprung buffers. We do have NEM couplings. It's just that the very early ones didn't have a DCC socket. And while I would love to get one, well, this is on the older tool, I didn't have the heavily fitted handrails. They were an accessory. Who would have thought it? An accessory. And there is some cab detail, but it's very basic. And the end's actually quite detailed, but the new Hornby 08 actually has the edge. But again, both have sprung buffers and both have NEM couplings. It's just this doesn't have bearings on the driving axles, and it does have a 5-pole motor. But this is an aged 8-pin DCC decoder socket, not a modern Next 18 or Plug 22. So I can fit in Hornby HM7000 sound into this, as well as fit good speaker and a small disclosure and a stay alive, which I'm going to do to my Hornby one. Then the Hornby one is actually better when it's not reviews than the new Bachmann one. And there isn't a perfect gronk about it. Do we? Rather than gronk, not perfect gronk. This one, obvious. I like the detail on the front of it though. But the Hornby one does have the edge, and I will get a Hornby one. I've got a Hornby one which I need to review. Because the Hornby one has 2 extra features that this doesn't have. And I think the detailing, some of it's actually fine. It's actually a bit better than the new Bachmann one. So the reason and the pricing is just ridiculous for a Sanford Deluxe model. It's about £300. And excuse me, I am not paying £300 for a shunter with sound on an auto release and coupler. 200 to 240, fine. But nearly £300? No, I am not paying that much for a shunter like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop recording and then bring in loco number 2. We come to the second locomotive that really needs to come down a bit in price, and that is the Bachmann Class 66. Now this is the new tooled model I have just got out. This came to me before the year ended, and I have to say the detail on this is superb. The steps have been picked out, but the problem is here, these 3 steps. Into the door, they're not in line. And they'll be picked up in, but I'm not going to talk into too much about the detailing because I will review this soon. But the RRP for this is £310 for this Sanford Deluxe model, which is what I've got here. And there's no printed areas to fully put your nameplates, which is a bit of a bummer. Well, but like I said, there will be a review on it later on, where I talk about it. The reason why I had these need to come down, well, because the cure scales exists. Now, when I do a review of this, I will do a comparison between the Class 66 here, like by Bachmann, and the Acura scale model. Plus, I will compare it to the older Class 66 as well. But already I could tell you that they have sprung buffers and they have NEM couplings, except the Hornby one, which has the NEM couplings but no sprung buffers, which is a bit of a shame. But I won't go into too much because I've got the review. But the price for this, £310 at Rails of Sheffield, it's a tiny bit steep, but I'll take it for this. If it was like 300, but the Bachmann RRP is just, for this is silly, it's £369. And again, there'll be a review of that later on. And it does have this auto uncoupler, what I'll be playing about with, which is a nice feature. But I believe it deserves more than just that. Oh, I believe this should retail at roughly £270 to £280 on from your retailers. Give it a bit of an extra discount. As it sells about £270, £260, or maybe a bit less, then these will fly off the shelves. So go into their sheds. If they've got their layouts in there, which is where this will be a regular visitor to. Right, so we've covered the two locos that I personally think by Bachmann that really should come down in price. Now, not mentioned some other locomotives like the Class 37, because the Class 37 is already coming down. The Class 47 is already coming down. I think with the upgrades to bring to the Class 47, it should be here soon, which would be nice to see sometime later on this year, because it's 2026 now, and there will be some more locomotives coming soon, who are not yet to be released. Now, we come to the next ones, the ones that I really want to come back. The Class 170 by Bachmann is a perfect example of a model that really needs to come back and needs to be retooled. Now, a lot of Model Train YouTubers, check out Jenny Kirk's done a video about models that we should have in 2026. While some tend to be more to the pre-grouping era, there's not many of the modern image, but I think the modern image needs equal treatment as the pre-grouping era. Because I think the demand is slowly catching up for the privatisation era locomotives and EMUs. And so, DMUs are perfectly, a Class 170, it's not out of the question. And as you can see here, I think there is plenty of opportunity to improve this. Like, take with the Class 1.5, this has got a NEM coupling socket right there. So effectively done like this Roco couple, I can fit a slimline tension lock. Plus this will be going on to 26 years old soon, because this came out in 2000, but I don't know when in 2000 it came out. And this is just ripe for upgrades. You can have that light up, weather this up, where a child's had a grubby, slimy hands on it. You could pretty much put bearings on driving axles. You could have electrical couplings. You can have metal, more metal on this. Die-cast chassis on board. You could have displays actually be interchangeable. Because that one actually says Cardiff, and it's very, very faint. There you go. Yeah. You can have multiple destinations. You could have the lights interchange. That multiple, not just LEDs, not bulbs, which is something I have to do when I convert this to DCC sound and swap the bulbs out for LEDs. So basically, it's a missing bit there, but I'll fit an LED light to that and improve it. Move it. It's proof that it can be, it's already a good model, but it can be elevated even better or on the best DMUs. You've just got to retool this from the ground up, and then it's there. I think Bachmann have announced doing one, but it's a bit delayed at the moment. I want to see this come out. I really want to see these come out. They have to do loads of liveries, not just this cross country. I want to see a northern livery. I want to see the ScotRail liveries, the Central Trains, the Midland Main Line. Love to see that livery. The northern livery, which is where I'm not far away from where I live, because I've seen the northern Class 170s. Near Selby and near Church Fenton and Sherburn. I've seen them. So plenty of livery possibilities out there. Northern ones. TransPennine do some 2-carriage TransPennines and Central Trains ones, as well as cross country. And do Southwest Trains, even do a Class 171 in the summer livery, like a 4-car set. Or even do 168s in Chiltern Railways, do the variants as well as doing the Class 172s, and it's sub-variants as well in the London Midland and the Chiltern livery. It's just London overcrowd. There is just so much out there. Now we can fill in every model, every class of DMU for everyone. For every livery would actually fill in the market. So it's going to move that to one side. I'm going to bring you one more model that needs an update. The Class 220/221. Now this is a model I would love to see come back because we've seen the new Hornby Class 801, another high-speed multiple unit. So why not, if Batman want to get in with a fright, why not retool this? I mean, it's not been made in over 20... Last one's been made in nearly 15 years now. So why not just bring this... retool this from the ground up with a new lighting package, a super detailed interior. You can actually see through it by camera. And more livery variations, not just Virgin and this cross-country livery, but why not the likes of Avanti West Coast liveries and Grand Central, as well as the other Alstom liveries. As you can see there, I've got some little bit of light cluster damage, but I don't think it doesn't matter. And the cabs could be picked out with some cab lighting, interior lighting. That's a big bonus. And you can make after an electrical connection with the proprietary system. There's nothing wrong with going above and beyond with the Batman Class 220/221 Super Voyager and the Bat 221 Super Voyager. The model is already there. It's just already been done, but there's now time you can elevate it further. There's Class Welcome, which is a nice touch. I think you can now fit tiny extra details. You can make it available to fit the Hunt magnetic ones there. So you can couple up to other Voyagers, let's say. So I'm thinking of getting another 221 and then repainting it into the Grand Central livery. And just note, Batman, please bring these back. Because these deserve a return. These models definitely deserve to come back to the range. And they can have the lights illuminate there. You can actually set to change for lighting as well. Well, you can have weather up where the Virgin logo used to be. It wants to be like a cross country. Plus, you can have stickers that you can change destinations and etch nameplates for the Virgin ones. Come on, Bachmann or any other manufacturer. I know you can do this because Dapol have re-released the Class 220 and 221 Voyagers in N-Gauge recently, and I would love to see the 001s come back with multiple liveries. I mean, multiple liveries. With DCC sound and actual tilting and interchangeable lighting between day and night. I mean, it's all out there. The models are there. Oh, excuse me. The models are out there. It's just Bachmann don't usually respond well to criticism. And not many manufacturers know that they're around and they haven't been brought back in a long time. And think now's the time to bring them back. Hornby, Bachmann, other manufacturers. I know I'm looking at you. You can bring these two models need to come back. So yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll bring them all back into shots. So next I categorise them to the two that should be discounted at a better price, and the ones that should make a return.